Hi, my name is Jackie Shannon, and I'd like to tell you about a topic that I present that can be broken up into a weekend retreat or a one-time event called What Keeps You Stuck. As I was preparing to speak about this topic, something interesting happened that made me realize just what can happen when we get stuck. I recently went to the grocery store and bought a jar of that creamy, cheesy pasta sauce that everyone loves so much, but no one wants to actually admit that they eat. When I got home, I began to prepare dinner. I put the water on, I made a salad, and then I grabbed the jar and twisted the lid, but nothing happened. It was stuck. So I banged the lid on the counter and I twisted again, and still it wouldn't move. So I walked into the living room where my husband and teenage son were sitting, and I handed my husband the jar. When he grabbed it, he twisted the lid, and still it wouldn't budge. As the two of them sat there discussing how they were going to get the lid off, I wisely exited the room, wondering all along what I was going to do to prepare for dinner if they couldn't get the lid off. From the other room, I could hear lots of banging and grunting, and suddenly I heard the pop of the lid and a cheer from the guys as they realized that dinner was on. When I got the jar back and I went to pour the contents into the pan, I realized that along the rim the cheese and cream had spilled during the manufacturing process, and when they put the lid on, this acted like glue and sealed it, and that was what kept it stuck. As I continued to putter around the kitchen, and I thought about what had just happened, and I thought about that question, what keeps you stuck, a few things came to mind. First, I realized that as long as the lid was stuck, I wasn't able to move forward with the plans that I had. I was also impacted by the thought that being stuck didn't just affect me, but it affected everyone around me. I also learned that when I couldn't do it on my own, it was important to reach out for help. Finally, I recognized that as long as that lid was stuck, that I couldn't enjoy what was inside the jar, the very purpose that it had been made. It was interesting how this simple, everyday experience so mirrors what happens to us when we get stuck. So I ask you, what keeps you stuck? Together, we're going to attempt to answer this question, and we're going to look at some ways to move forward in the areas that you feel stuck in order for you to fulfill the purpose that God has for your life and enjoy all that He has planned for you. I'd like to invite you to What Keeps You Stuck, and I so look forward to meeting you there.